Welcome to pattern class.
This is Annette Julie, and we're working on the straight waistband for your pant. So here's the center back. We just marked from center back out to the side seam, and we took that measurement from our pant draft right up here, 9 1/4. We also have the front waist pant draft, 9 inches. And these are quarter measurements. So, the center back to the side seam, 9 1/4. The side seam to the center front, 9 inches. Okay, we only have half. This is blank over here, but we have all the paper there, but we're only drafting half because we only need to. It's going to be symmetrical. Now here we are at the center front, and we'll put a notch here. We'll put a notch here at the side seam. Here at my center back, I'm going to put a notch 1/4 inch away, and when we notch through, it'll look like a double notch, so that'll denote back. So we also want to go ahead and make that extension, and your extension is based off of your fly shield and fly facing. Okay? You also want to make sure that you have enough of a overlap for your design. So let's talk about how we're going to work this into our design. So up here is the top folded edge. Okay, and when we unfold it, we just have half. We can start cutting this whole thing out and change our extensions, our overlaps and our underlaps at the end. So let's get some weights on this. Let's go ahead and start cutting this out. We're going to leave that end open, and we'll finish that in a minute, because then we'll have both ends available and we can make it into a circle. So this is our straight waistband. Now we've got to cut the other half. Let's go ahead and fold that on top. And we'll use the pattern that we just cut out as our template. The half. And we'll lay the other half on top, and we'll match the edges. You can cut 4 layers at a time, but staple it together. So now we're cutting out the other 2 layers underneath. We can cut off some of this excess paper. Making sure it's staying together here at the end because it's just weighted. Now we've cut out the whole waistband except for the ends because we are going to work with the extensions. So let's go ahead and transfer the notches side to side. Our side seam notch. Center back notch. I have to make a notch to match my draft of my pant on the back. Center front. Now let's make those extensions. Oh, and that also can be done with your scissors, those little notches. So when we take a look at the waistband here, this is going to be, if we were going to look at it, see, we have the notch. Let's see if it went all the way through. Let me notch that one more time. I'll do it with the scissors. You guys can see it. Okay, there. You can bring those lines across, so when you're working now with the other side of the waistband, you have a few more points of reference. Side seam. And here's the center front on the other side. This thing totally wraps around. Okay, now we have a few more points of reference. Let's take a look at it. There's the center front. So if you don't add any extension, this is just going to meet right at the front of your pant. But you can decide to make an extension and have it come out however many inches you want to and have it start wrapping around towards the side seam. And this is for a woman's trouser pant, and how we wear this is the zipper and the center front goes right over left. So we're making the waistband now go right over left. So if you're looking, while you're wearing the garment, this would be your right side. Okay, and then this can be the extension that wraps around as a detail. So you can give that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. It can wrap around your center back. I've given it 4 inches. But I can stylize this too. It doesn't have to just be straight. I can go ahead and give it a little detail. And get a little point. Draw some seam allowance on it. and cut out that overlapping extension. This is going to be on the top. This is going to show. Okay. Here's center front. This is going over. So if you would have some hook and eyes underneath, or you could have a buttonhole that we would see a button coming through, a couple of those. Now on the other side, this is the left side. Left side. This is also our center front. So they're going to overlap center front to center front. We need to make sure this is the overlapping extension. Now we need an underlapping extension that we have a little extra piece of fabric matches the width of the fly shield. So we have 1.5 inches. Let's add that on the end. And plus the seam allowance, 1/2 inch. We can go ahead and cut off the rest. So this width right here on the left side, that's going to match that fly shield. There's the width. Now we have one more thing here to do on our waistband, and that is to put our grain line in. And look, it's going to be the lengthwise grain. So it's not going to stretch unless there was some strange kind of pattern. So we've got the lengthwise grain going. And we also want to label it. This is our straight waistband. This is going to be cut 1 self fabric. And this is also definitely going to be cut 1 interfacing. And the kind of interfacing that you want to cut is waistband interfacing. You want it to be nice and sturdy. Also, you can put your name on the pattern piece and the date. So there is your waistband, straight waistband. It would sit at the waist. We would interface it. It's got an overlapping extension and an underlapping extension. And if you want to see some more videos, I'll see you in the next one. Let's do high-waisted together. I'm Annette Shui. Thanks so much.